Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the DJ Roscoe Sports Show for Sunday morning, Sunday Fun Day, October 10th, 2021. Live Pleasure State here in Dallas, Pennsylvania. If it's Sunday, it's game day. It must be the Mayhem Sports Talk right here on the DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Gonna quickly rattle off the scores. LJ wants to say hi. Hi, LJ. On Thursday Night Football, Russell Wilson got hurt. He could be out for as many as 6 weeks, possibly 8. They're hoping. There's Lulu. They're hoping if everything goes well, his finger will heal from surgery. Yeah, baby. And he'll be out in only 4 weeks. But Russell Wilson has never missed a game in his 10-year pro career. Going to be out for that Steelers-Seahawks game we're supposed to go to next week, which is disappointing. But yeah, the Russell Wilson gets injured. Geno Smith for Jets correct comes back. The Seahawks come back and fall short. The Rams, their high-flying offense, Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford Company win 26-17 on Thursday Night Football. Then today, 9:30 in the morning, top of the morning to you, pip pip cheerio, and James Bond comes out this weekend. All that great British stuff, the royal family and all that royal weddings. 9:30 in the morning, NFL Network, my Jets, Jets from London, England. At the Atlanta Falcons, who are struggling even with Matt Ryan, the veteran quarterback with not much else, no Julio Jones anymore. I'm going to go with my Jets. They are drinking the Kool-Aid. They found a way to upset Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill, Mike Vrabel, the Tennessee Titans. Finally win a game. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Jets and Giants won last Sunday. First time in a long time both New York teams won. No fighting, guys. Just quickly do that. Jets, I'm going to go with the Falcons. Jets going to beat the Falcons. I'll go with 20-13. They win by a touchdown and move to 2-3. It's a miracle. Do you believe in miracles? Yes. I'm going to say they win in London, and Zach Wilson and company will keep doing a pretty good job out there. Hopefully I'm not going crazy. 1 o'clock games, Lions at Vikings. I know Kirk Cousins, the Vikings offense, too much for the Lions to handle. Vikings win 34-20 by 2 touchdowns. Saints at Washington. I'm going to go with the Saints. Even with Washington with a solid defense, I don't really trust Washington's anemic offense. I'll go with James Winston and Sean Payton's offense. Too much for the Washington handle. I'll go with Saints beating Washington 27-17. They win by 10. Patriots almost beat Tom Brady, who's returned to New England. Fell just short, but their young quarterback Mac Jones is doing a solid job. They're 1-3. I think they moved to 2-3. Everyone's gonna beat the Houston Texans this year, basically, without Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt and company. The Houston Texans are a mess. I'll go with the Patriots, beat it down on the Texans. Bill Belichick getting a much-needed win. I'll go with 24-13. They win by 11. Dolphins at the Bucks. I'm going to say Tom Brady, Battle of Florida. Tom Brady and company and the world champion Bucks are going to put a hurting on the Miami Dolphins with no Tua and company. Miami's defense is going to struggle against all those offensive stars on Tampa Bay. Too much firepower. The Bucks are going to win this one easily. I'll go with 37-13. They crush the Miami Dolphins. Packers at the Bengals. Joe Burrow doing pretty well for the Bengals at home. But Aaron Rodgers, the Packers, they're clicking. It just came off a nice win over the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. Aaron Rodgers and the company, they're clicking on offense. They're doing pretty well on defense as well. But yeah, you get Aaron Rodgers, that offense rolling. They're dangerous out there. He's a great quarterback. I love to see the Steelers or someone get him if he doesn't stay with the Packers next year. I'm going to say the Packers are going to beat down on the Bengals. Joe Burrow will try to keep them in the game. They'll pull away late, win by 2 touchdowns. I'll go with 34-20. They win by 2 touchdowns over the Bengals. And then the Broncos at the Steelers at 1 o'clock. If you live locally in the Dallas Scranton area, they're going to show the Eagle game at 1 o'clock on Fox. This is a rare AFC Fox game, so you have to have the NFL ticket package or follow the game on your phone. Either way, I'm going to go with the Steelers to beat on the Broncos. Teddy Bridgewater with coming off the concussion. The Broncos have a strong defense, Von Miller and company. But T.J. Watt, the Steelers defense are proud. A proud defense. They do not want to be embarrassed by a mediocre Bronco offense. Ben Roethlisberger is coming off lots of injuries. Poor play. People are called for him to lose his starting job. I definitely think this is his last year as a starting quarterback for the Steelers. I think he'll be retiring. Mike Tomlin's going to have this team ready to play in Pittsburgh. They'll win their first home game of the year, break their 3-game losing streak, move to 2-3. It's going to be an ugly game, but I think the Steelers, they beat the Broncos. I'm going to go with, it's going to be relatively low scored. I'll go with 20-17 on a last-second Chris Boswell field goal to win the game. Eagles. Eagles at Panthers in Carolina. This is a tough one here. I'm going to go with the Panthers here. I think Sammy Darnold, the Panthers, they lost to the Cowboys last week, but they're 3-1. That offense is clicking. They just got Stephon Gilmore, who the New England Patriots got rid of, great defensive player. And Robbie Anderson, Sam Darnold, Matt Rule and company. Strong offense, even a better defense now with the addition of Gilmore. Panthers at home. Eagles going to have a tough one here. I think Jalen Hurts and the Eagles will try to keep the game close, and then they have to play the Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football. Brady and the Bucs in Philadelphia are going to crush the Eagles. They'll win that by at least 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to say that the Panthers, they're going to beat the Eagles here. The Eagles have a chance, but I think in the end the Panthers win. I'll go with 27-17. They win by 10, and then I think the Eagles are going to lose again in just 4 days against the Bucs. Panthers beat the Eagles 27-17. I think one of my locks of the week is the Tennessee Titans crushing the Jaguars in Jacksonville. The Urban Meyer, scandal about him inappropriately touching at a club after his team gets embarrassed by the Cincinnati Bengals in Ohio, and some people call for his job. At this point, who knows if he'll be fired or quit before the season's over? Maybe by Thanksgiving time. His family might even say you have to stop coaching with some of the horrible decisions he's been making on and off the field. Trevor Lawrence, great young quarterback, but he's struggling as a rookie. I think he'll do his best he can. He's in a bad situation with a bad team, and the Titans are going to be mad as heck. They're not going to take him. Mike Vrabel, Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, very proud superstar players and coaches who are embarrassed. They lost to my Jets in overtime last week. They're not going to lose to the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I say the Titans crushed the Jaguars. They're going to win 34-17. They double up the Jags, get a nice divisional win to get off the losing schneid. The Browns at the LA Chargers. Those are the 1 o'clock games. 4 o'clock games. Browns at the LA Chargers. Should be a heck of a matchup. Baker Mayfield is playing banged up here. I'm going to still say Justin Herbert, the Chargers at home in LA, in La La Land, are going to get it done. It's going to be a high-scoring shootout, but then whoever gets the ball last is going to win because there's not much defense. It's going to be a lot of great offense. I'm going to go with the Chargers winning 34-31 by 3 over the Browns at home. Justin Herbert keeps getting it done. Great young quarterback. The Bears, they're going to finally, hallelujah, it's a miracle. They're going to let Justin Fields be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season as of now. They're not going to let Andy Dalton get the job back. Or Nick Foles, who's on the roster, just sitting there with a clipboard, a four-Super Bowl MVP with the Eagles a few years ago, over Brady the Patriots. Bears at the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Raiders here in Vegas. They're going to get it done. They lost on Monday Night Football against the Chargers. Raiders, John Gruden and company, and Derek Carr, they have too much firepower on their team. The Bears are struggling. Justin Fields is going to try to do his best, running and throwing the ball here, but doesn't have much to work with. Bears have a decent defense, but I think in the end, the Raiders are going to beat the Bears. I'll go with 27-13. They win by 2 touchdowns. Even though it'll be interesting, Khalil Mack faces for a Raiders team. That should be a nice kind of matchup. But in Vegas, I don't see it happen. But I'm glad Justin Fields finally started correct on the Bears. But Raiders are going to win 27-13. 49ers at Cardinals. I think the Cardinals, only undefeated football, are going to win again. Kyler Murray, the Cardinals offense is clicking. And then you have the 49ers, who aren't with Jimmy Garoppolo today because he's not playing. He's banged up from last week. The Seahawks beat him. And they're going to let Trey Lance, the rookie quarterback who still has a lot to learn under the tutelage of the great Kyle Shanahan, coach in mind, and Jimmy Garoppolo. Trey Lance is going to be making his first start, the rookie. He's going to make mistakes. J.J. Watt, the Cardinals defense will be after him. They'll be ferocious. He'll probably turn over the ball sometimes. He'll make a few nice plays with his legs and his arm, but in the end, not enough. I think the Cardinals stay undefeated. They move to 5-0, and I think the Cardinals are going to beat their division rival, the 49ers. I'll go with 30-17. They win by 13. Giants at the Cowboys, 4:25, an epic game on Fox, big division rivalry game. Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, hallelujah, hallelujah. They finally won their first game of the season. They were able to beat and upset the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans, but against the Cowboys in Dallas. Cowboys offense is clicking, Dak Prescott and company, and all those offensive weapons. Ezekiel Elliott's running the ball really well now. The defense is playing better. I'm going to give the Giants a chance. A division rivalry game, you never count them out. But I think in the end, too much Dak Prescott, that Cowboys dynamic offense. Cowboys, the game was in the Giants Stadium at MetLife Stadium. I give them a chance in Jersey. I'm going to say the Cowboys are going to beat the Giants. I'll go with 27-20. They win by a touchdown, a hard-fought divisional rivalry game. Another possible game of the day. Look out for this. 8:20 Sunday Night Football. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth on the call on NBC. Bills at Chiefs, the rematch of the AFC Championship game. I know Nana Fran wants to root for her Bills and Josh Allen and company. They're a heck of a team. Offense and defense very strong, but I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. They've been struggling a lot lately. They finally got a nice win. 5 touchdown passes for Pat Mahomes against the mediocre to stinky Eagles last week. This is a much bigger test, but if the game was in Buffalo, I'd give the Bills a good chance to win this game. Home field is going to be big if they face each other in the playoffs. Game at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, I'm going to go with the Chiefs with that crazy loud crowd. It's going to be hard for the Bills to hear themselves make their play calls, kind of like Penn State when they lost to Iowa yesterday, when their starting quarterback, Sean Clifford, got hurt. Their young quarterback, backcourt couldn't hear it, and they ended up losing 23-20, which is disappointing. Penn State's undefeated season up in smoke. Even though hopefully Clifford can be healthy, they can still have a good season. Notre Dame at least won their game yesterday. But I think the crowd is going to be loud. Pat Mahomes is going to be clicking with all his offensive weapons. I'm going to go with the Chiefs in a high-scoring shootout over Josh Allen and the Bills. I know the Bills want revenge for the AFC Championship Super Bowl berth that they fell short of last year. I'll go with the Chiefs. They'll beat the Bills. I'll go with 31-27. They win by 4. Monday Night Football, 8:15 on ESPN. Colts at the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens here, as much as my wife can't stand them. Le'Veon Bell was activated for the practice squad last week. They're rushing the ball great. They were running up the score last week, which the Broncos did not appreciate. Besides, Bridgewater getting knocked out with concussion. They have a dynamic defense, great rushing attack, a solid passing where they can get it clicking. Lamar Jackson's just dynamic, running and throwing. There's still a question sometimes his accuracy at times, but the Colts are struggling. They barely won. I think last week against the Dolphins, they found a way for their first win, but I think in the end Carson Wentz too inconsistent. It's going to be a train wreck to watch that on when they do Hard Knocks on November 17th about in season with the Colts. Don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year, though a lot of people had high hopes, Super Bowl hopes for them. We'll see if they turn around, but I think in the end, I think too much Ravens. Lamar Jackson, offense, defense. Justin Tucker, you need a big booming 66-yard record field goals there. The John Harbaugh and the Ravens, they're going to be ready. They're going to beat the Colts. I'll go with 23. I'll go with 23-16. They win by a touchdown over the Colts. Ravens keep improving and lead it in the AFC North Division. Those are my Week 5 NFL predictions. It's flying right by. Take 2, grab me the ball. It is not a tuba. Get down, get to the chopper. Hustle la vista, baby. And shit is for Cookie. That's good enough for me. So those are my football picks for Week 5. Basketball and hockey. Love to hear you agree or disagree. Love to hear from you. Basketball, hockey. Preseason's almost done. Regular season started up with hockey this week. Basketball the following week, which is exciting. Baseball playoffs. Yankees got knocked out of the wild card. At least they made the playoffs. Red Sox, Tampa Bay Rays. I'll go with Tampa Bay to knock off the Red Sox. White Sox versus Astros. I'll go with Astros to knock off the White Sox in the division series. Brewers tied up with the Braves, 1 game apiece. I'll go with the Braves to knock off the Brewers in 5 games. And then Giants-Dodgers, first time in the playoffs, division rivals. Dodgers won yesterday, series time, 1 game apiece. I'll go with the Giants to edge out the Dodgers, but the Dodgers now go back home and have a chance to win that series against the arch-rival Giants. I'll say that goes 5 games, Giants win. My World Series prediction right now is Giants over the Tampa Bay Rays in 7 games for the 2021 World Series Championship. For some reason, I think the Giants might be their year. Don't expect anything of them, and I think they'll win it all. Even the Dodgers might knock them out in the first round. So that's baseball talk. Yankees still have a lot to improve, even though they made the playoffs, fell short. Got crushed a while came Garrett Cole pitched terrible. But baseball, basketball, hockey, football, baseball playoffs, basketball, hockey about to come back. Football, NFL, and college. Hopefully Penn State can bounce back. NFL, London, England, Jets, Jets. A lot of exciting stuff. And go watch the new Venom movie, the new Sopranos movie next week. Halloween Kills on Peacock and the movie theaters for getting ready for Halloween. There's LJ on October 15th. And then Dune October 22nd on HBO Max and movie theaters. All the full TV shows are back. A lot of exciting stuff. And just keep it locked. DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Enjoy the great new James Bond movie, No Time to Die. My mom said she saw it, loved it, greatly recommends it. Last Daniel Craig movie. Hopefully he goes out in a great farewell for his 5 movies, 15-year run as the great James Bond. And we'll have a great new person who plays him next. Keep it locked, DJ Roscoe Sports Show. I'm going to play a quick song by my wife, daughter, and son. And my wife, a beautiful wife, Abby, it's her birthday on Friday, our wedding anniversary next Sunday, and I'm gonna sing "You Make Loving You Easy" from her favorite Zach Brown. You make loving you all I wanna do. Every little smile and every single touch reminds me just how much it all makes loving you easy. I'll sing it again. She said, "Please don't." Easy. Have a great weekend. Take care and keep it locked. DJ Roscoe Sports Show, your home for all your favorite sports and entertainment talk, right here at DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Have a great weekend And take care, everyone. Bye-bye.